In this episode of Riverbend Timbers, Blood in the Grain, Veins of Gold. Introducing Hank Red Callahan and his brother John Callahan, and Jace the Boss Ironwood. Jace the Boss Ironwood embarks on his journey for gold. With belts jammed and dirt piling up fast, every minute it's down, he is losing gold. Breakdowns don't wait. Where he discovers that only with huge risk can you find huge reward. Will this cut be the real game changer for Jace, or will it be a bust? Find out in this episode of Blood in the Grain, Veins of Gold.
Mama raised a cowboy, country as it comes. Daddy raised an outlaw, see the whiskey in my blood. Granny was a rebel, she was known to turn a gun. And Grandpa, his story where it all begun. Now law's in my blood, country in my soul. Pine trees in my eyes, it's a place where I call home. Buried me by my kin, so they tell the story again. When they say my name, when they talk about where the outlaws begun.
Outlaw in the veins, my mama, she raised a good one. I'm a smooth criminal from the south, don't overlook them. I was raised on them truck trails, truck been filled with gun shells. Did blood on the tailgate, didn't get caught, so who cares? Blame it all on my roots, that I showed up in boots with this old ragged guitar, a bunch of badass tunes, square bodies, firearms and pit bulls, dirt road, bonfires and tattoos. We keep it real, we don't take no shit. Yeah, the outlaws in the blood will go and pick me a switch. So when I die, bury me next to my kin, so we can talk about the good times when good times end. I'm more than dust in the wind, I'm the song of the South, where all that big boy shit will get you punched in the mouth. I live life with no questions, I'm living to learn lessons. Got country inside my soul and a soul that's full of blessings.
Now law's in my blood, country in my soul. Pine trees in my eyes, it's a place where I call home. Bury me by my kin, so they tell the story again. When they say my name, when they talk about where the outlaws begun. Now law's in my blood, country in my soul. Pine trees in my eyes, it's a place where I call home. Bury me by my kin, so they tell the story again. When they say my name, when they talk about where the outlaws begun.
The fields are thriving, the takeover moving smoothly. But for Jace, grain is only the beginning. Deep in the ravine, a massive sluice roars to life, and with it, the promise of gold.
Grain feeds the people, coal powers the towns, but gold builds the future. Every load counts, and we have to keep the dirt moving. So let's get this equipment warming up and putting in the work. Red is finishing up with the sluice now, so hopefully we can start running dirt.
It's the start of a new empire. Jace's operation is bigger than anything the land has seen before. But in mining, nothing comes easy. Machinery strains under the load, and every jam threatens to shut the operation down.
Let's get the cat excavator and the loader fired up. Hopefully Red is about finished up. Listen to that kitty cat purr. I think it's going to be a good day, fellas. Now for the loader. I'm sure by now Red is ready for us. Alright, let's go see Red. I think he's finished and ready to put the sluice online.
Everything's cleared, boss. Ready to run. Ground looks rich. Let's get that gold.
Alright, we have Red's go ahead, so let's start feeding this old girl some dirt. She's purring. Sounds really good. I think she's ready to eat. No alarms, no safety shutdowns. Let's feed her some dirt. Let's grab the Kenworth, and we will start moving some dirt. This trusty rig has yet to let me down, probably because I opted for that Cummins power plant. I've heard nothing but bad things about them damn PACCAR engines.
These veins of gold run deep, and with every shovelful the land remembers. Jace's empire grows, but the land whispers of debts not yet paid, and the pressure is mounting for Jace. Everyone is questioning if his gamble on this cut will pay off. Jace is only one breakdown or one site injury away from potential bankruptcy. After the $7 million investment into this operation, Jace needs to strike gold.
Alright guys, let's put this cut to work and hope there's big gold in here. This cat excavator should keep that dirt flowing for us. Time to test these hands. Do I have the skill to operate this big girl, or will I end up breaking it?
After weeks of surveying and inspections, Jace finally breaks ground on the gold cut. The ravine echoes with the sound of heavy iron as the first buckets of paid dirt are being dug from the earth. For generations, this land has given coal and iron, but today it's gold Jace is chasing. But in mining, nothing comes easy. Excavation is just the start. Breakdowns, long nights, and the unknown veins beneath the rock will test whether this cut pays off or buries the dream.
This kitty cat cuts through this earth like a hot knife through butter. That's exactly what we need right now. We have got to keep that sluice running. I'm definitely not the smooth operator I once was with this thing. I had better be careful. I can't afford any breakdowns.
The cut is open, the dirt is moving, but the real test comes when the sluice runs. The deeper he digs, the louder the land resists. And in mining, the line between success and collapse is razor thin. This operation could make Jace's empire, or bury it under the weight of its own ambition. Machines strain, crews push harder, and the veins run strange. Success feels close, but collapse feels closer. For Jace, this cut could be the Empire's crown jewel, or its gravestone. Excavation is underway, but every scoop of earth is a gamble. The cut could pay big or bleed him dry. The machines roar, the dirt moves, but the strain is already showing. One jam, one breakdown, and the whole operation stalls.
I can't help but think how every load we pull from this cut could change everything. The land's given us plenty before, but it never gives without a fight. I better prepare myself for this fight. This cut's alive now. It's roaring, grinding, bleeding dirt, and I'm not turning back now. This land's been worked for generations. Coal, iron, timber. Now it's my turn to see if it'll give up gold.
For decades, the land gave coal, iron, and timber, fueling Ilias' empire and keeping Riverbend alive. But gold is different. Gold doesn't come easy. It demands sweat, steel, and sacrifice. As Jace opens the cut, the ravine groans under the weight of heavy iron. Excavators bite into the earth, loaders strain against the rock, and the first pay dirt is about to begin its journey to the sluice. Every bucket is a gamble. Every load could be fortune or failure. The deeper Jace digs, the louder the land resists. And in mining, resistance means risk. The ravine is alive now, roaring with steel and sweat. Each pass of the bucket carves deeper into the earth, exposing veins that glimmer with promise and danger. The sluice waits, hungry for paid dirt. But the land doesn't give without a fight. Breakdowns lurk, machines strain, and every moment of progress carries the shadow of collapse. For Jace, this cut is more than dirt and rock. It's a gamble against time, against failure, and against the land itself.
We're pulling steady now, but the ground's tougher than I thought. Every load feels heavier, like the earth's holding back what it doesn't want to give. I've seen coal, I've seen iron, but gold? Gold makes you push harder, even when the machines are screaming. This cut's got fight in it, and I'm ready to take every ounce it's willing to give. This cut's got history buried in it. You can feel it in the rock, like the land remembers every hand that worked it. This is the price of chasing gold. I keep telling myself, one more bucket, one more scoop, and the whole time I'm hoping we'll see the color we're chasing. This is where fortunes are made or lost, and I'm not backing down. It's time to see if this dirt's worth the sweat. This is where it gets real. Excavation's one thing, but the sluice will tell us if the gamble pays. This first run could make the cut, or prove it's just another hole in the ground. Every load we haul is a test. If the mats show color, we're in business. If not, we're burning fuel for nothing. My father and grandfather pulled coal from these hills. I'm pulling gold. Different dirt, same fight. We're burning fuel, burning daylight. But if the sluice shows color, it'll all be worth it. This first haul isn't just dirt. It can be the proof this cut's alive, and it's got gold in it.
With the first loads about to be on their way, the gamble shifts from excavation to recovery. The sluice stands ready, a roaring steel throat that will decide if Jace's cut bleeds gold, or nothing at all. Fuel is spent, daylight is fading, and the crew's sweat is already in the dirt. Now the mats will tell the truth. For Jace, this moment isn't just about paid dirt, it's about proving the land still has something left to give. Every ounce of color could mean fortune. Every empty run could mean failure. And in mining, the line between the two is razor thin. Every ton hauled is a question waiting to be answered. Will the sluice reveal fortune or failure? Steel claws bite, trucks thunder, and the ravine gives up its secrets one load at a time. For Jace, this is the moment of truth. The dirt is moving, but only the sluice can tell if the gamble pays. For Jace, this is the razor's edge. One run could prove the cut alive, or expose it as nothing more than broken rock and wasted sweat. The sluice roars to life, a steel river waiting to separate fortune from failure. Water churns, mats lie in wait, and the crew braces for the first glimpse of color. The first loads reach the sluice, dirt spilling heavy from the truck. Engines roar, belts rattle, and water churns as pay dirt begins its journey. But then, a sound no miner wants to hear, the groan of steel under strain. The sluice shudders, the conveyor grinds, and the heartbeat of the operation falters. In an instant, the dream of gold teeters on collapse. One jam here, one shutdown now, and Jace's cut could be dead before it even starts.
It seized halfway up. Rocks are backing up fast. On it! Coming up the side.
Easy, it's wedged in that idler.
Pry bar. Jam's cleared. Power's yours.
Copy, releasing lockout, stand clear, restarting. Belt's coming up. Watch that rock! Clear!
Smooth run. We're good. Holding speed at 30. Belt's stable.
Let's keep it that way. Nice work, folks.
Back to your station.
Disaster averted, but only just. A jammed conveyor nearly shut the whole operation down before it even began. For Jace, it's a brutal reminder. In mining, one breakdown can turn fortune into failure in an instant. The crew's quick hands kept the dirt moving, but the risk is far from gone. Every belt, every bolt, every machine is a ticking clock. The cut is alive, but fragile. And as the first loads head toward the sluice, the shadow of collapse still hangs over the operation. In gold mining, survival isn't just about finding paid dirt. It's about keeping the machines alive long enough to reach it.
That jam could have shut us down for good, but my crew didn't hesitate. They were on it in seconds. You can't teach instincts like that. They heard the machine groan and knew trouble was coming before it hit. Out here, it's not just about digging dirt. It's about keeping the iron alive. My crew gets that. I've got a team that doesn't wait for orders. They see the problem, they fix it, and they keep us moving. That's the difference between shutting down and striking gold. And my crew proved they've got what it takes.
The crew's instincts saved the day. In mining, seconds matter, and their quick response kept the cut alive. What could have been a shutdown before the first run became proof of resilience? The belts are moving again, the dirt flows, and the dream of gold survives another test. For Jace, it's a reminder that fortune doesn't just come from the ground. It comes from the hands that keep the iron running. The operation has passed its first trial, but deeper cuts, heavier loads, and harder days still lie ahead. The belts are running again, the dirt is moving, and the cut survives its first test. But survival is only half the battle. The real question is whether the ground will give up gold. As the first loads reach the sluice, tension hangs heavy over the crew. Hours of sweat, fuel, and risk all come down to this moment. And then, Hank's brother John takes the pan. One swirl, one wash, and the truth begins to shine. From the very first dirt, color glimmers back, gold more than anyone expected. The cut has spoken, and it may just change everything.
Color's good. Heavy in the mats. That's the land paying us back.
You don't see this every day, a nugget the size of a golf ball. This is what we fight the dirt for, proof the cut's alive, and it's paying big.
As the sun sinks behind the hills, the roar of machines fades into silence. The cut rests, scarred but alive after a day that proved its worth. The crew gathers their gear, weary but triumphant. Sweat, strain, and near disaster gave way to gold, proof that the gamble was real, and the land still has treasure to give. Headlights pierce the dusk as trucks roll out, leaving the ravine in shadow. Tomorrow, the fight begins again. But tonight, the crew leaves with something rare in mining hope. On their very first day, the cut has spoken. And it's spoken gold. Night settles over the hills and the mine falls quiet. The machines rest, the cut lies still, but the weight of the day lingers. Jace drives into the dark, headlights carving a path through the silence. Behind him, the ravine holds its secrets. Ahead, the promise of tomorrow waits. The first day brought sweat, strain, and near disaster, but it also brought gold, proof that the gamble was worth the fight. For Jace, the road home is more than miles of dirt and gravel. It's a journey from doubt to belief, from risk to reward. Tonight, he leaves the mine with something rare, not just gold in the pan, but hope in his hands.
What a day. We broke ground, fought the dirt, and nearly lost it all to a jam, but we pulled through. The crew stood strong, the machines kept moving, and the sluice gave us proof. Gold in the pan, nuggets in the mats. This gamble wasn't a bust. I came here chasing a dream, not knowing if the land would give me anything back. Tonight, I know it's alive. The cut's paying, the crew's ready, and for the first time, I believe this mine might just change everything. I didn't know if today would break me or prove me. The ground fought us, the machines groaned, and for a minute I thought the whole gamble was slipping away. But my crew stood tall. They kept the iron alive, they kept the dirt moving, and together we pulled gold from the earth.